Hello and welcome back everyone. Tone here, ready to play some more Slice and Dice. After a little bit of a break here, since my last Slice and Dice session, I've spent this time... I'm borderline obsessed with this game right now. I shouldn't say I'm obsessed with it, but it is one of my obsessions. It's one of the things I've been doing a lot of in the past few weeks. And one of the things that I've been doing is just like... playing a lot of unfair games to try out different curses, different heroes, just to see more stuff, and like with less focus on like necessarily trying to win every time, but more focus on just trying to see more things. And I think that's been better for like learning the game in the meantime, and it's been a good experience so far. But I did want to get back to doing some recordings here, some videos for the channel, so we're going to start off a fresh unfair run here. So we'll get started with that. I do want to say something because you guys might find this as funny as I do. I actually started recording one already a day or two ago, and like about halfway through, actually close to an hour in, I realized that I wasn't recording. And I was just talking to myself the whole time, so that was pretty funny. So I believe I am recording now, and we will jump into an unfair game. By the way, if you guys would like to support my channel and other related projects, you can do so over at patreon.com/Tonehack, so feel free to check that out. Otherwise, we will jump into an unfair run here. And we start by choosing some modifiers. I see a blessing here. These feel kind of rare. So this says Wolf, Slates, and Whiffs get -2 max HP. Those are relatively common enemies, especially the Wolf and the Wisp early, so that makes your early game significantly easier. And the Slate is a tough enemy in general. This one actually ended what should have been an easy run for me recently. Well, a lot of unlikely things happened, but this would have prevented that as well. I don't know if I like this in general, because it only helps you in certain fights. Most of the curses hurt you in all fights. The way blesses work is they're negative curse modifiers, so if I pick this, we'd have to take at least 13 points of curses. Something else I noticed is usually when you're offered a blessing, this is a bad example, it gives you higher level curses so that you can like actually take the blessing and get over 10 easier. And usually it means you have like a level like 8 curse, a level 7 curse, and a lot of those are pretty brutal. Like you might get like what's one of the higher ones? Like add Slate might be like a high one, I'm not sure. There's a few, like add Banshee was one, which is a tough enemy. There's like a lot that you can't really take and survive the first level reasonably even. So like it's kind of crazy to take them. Like add Ogre, I think was the one specific one I saw. I'm like, this is a crazy enemy to add to the first floor, and every floor after that. So I feel like usually, and again this is a bad example, but usually when you have a blessing in the pool, it makes the whole run harder because your curse selection is a lot worse. That's assuming the blessing is bad, and there's only actually one blessing that I wanted to take that I've seen so far. This one I might take if it was a little cheaper. I don't know if I would take it for 3. With that aside, what do we have here? Add Snake, heavy weapons, and middle blank all sound pretty rough to me. Add Snake is doable. 5 health is tough early to get through. So that adds 5 health to every floor that we have to deal with. And usually when you're looking at these add enemies, you're thinking about the early floors. And also poison is pretty rough. I'm most afraid actually of some of the early middle floors where you already have to fight 3 or 4 snakes, which are some of the harder floors. And this adds a 4th or a 5th one, which is pretty nasty. And poison just affects you every round, and unless you can cleanse it, like there's no good defense against it except for killing the snakes. I feel quite averse to this, even though it's probably not that bad. I feel like this could be a tough one. Heavy weapons means heavy to all damage sides. Means you can only attack the enemy with the highest health. That's pretty difficult, because you can't finish off enemies at low health. I guess with like burst, you're allowed to do that with spells, so maybe that's an option for that. That means you're going to be using spells a lot, because right now I don't have anyone that can really do more than 2 damage to a high health enemy. So like I couldn't kill this wisp until we also did damage to the null. Like I could just see this making this fight like very difficult as well. I think middle blank is rough. Your middle is usually a pretty good side to your dice. There are a lot of middle replacers, so you're not going to get 5 of them, but you can like mitigate that a little bit. But the middle replacer items usually aren't that great because usually you don't want to replace your middle, so that's just is like more evidence is pretty bad. Start damage half is pretty tough. I've taken this before. It's one I don't mind taking here, but I don't really see a combination of options here that I like. Slow spells, add cooldown to all spells, they can only be cast once each turn. That's okay, although I usually don't like things that hit the spells either. You're probably noticing is I don't like any curses, which I think means that they're well designed. Soul Link, I haven't seen this before. When an ally dies, you die. So this takes up an item slot on someone, and then you can't let anyone die or they die as well. Which feels okay. I usually don't lose a lot of heroes in a run, but also deaths tend to snowball. Like there are times where you lose one hero and you can pull it off with the other 4, but it's a lot harder. If you lose like 2 or 3 heroes, you're pretty screwed unless the fight is like over already. You just need to do like 2 more damage. So I would take this for 2 just because you have to take something, and this probably isn't quite so bad, but this is even pretty bad in general. I'm inclined to re-roll this. So what do we take? Like start damage, slow spells, and Soul Link doesn't even get us to 10. So we literally have to take one of these top 3. I actually think Snake is probably the best, but I'm like really adverse to it right now, so I think I'm going to re-roll this selection. By the way, someone commented that I spend too much time picking my curses, which is just funny. I think people who don't understand what my channel is don't like, I don't know. I think I'm one of the few channels that will spend a lot of time like talking through strategy and decisions like this. So a lot of people are looking for like fast videos. That's not quite what my channel is. It's why my channel isn't like more popular. There's like, I could definitely change what I do, but I like being the place where people that want this kind of content can come for it. But what's most important about that is I think selecting your curses is probably the most important thing you do on an unfair run. These make or break your game, and like you can win or lose games just from this point. So I think this is like critically important to pick your curse as well. So I think talking through them and discussing each one and like the combinations and why we want some or may not want others is one of the most important parts of the run. So I don't think it's something to skip over. Let's see, so we have a new set of curses here. We're only allowed to reroll once. It also gives us new heroes, which I actually didn't even look at ours last time. Taking a look at your heroes is also pretty important. I think the Scoundrel's bad. I think the Student is kind of bad. Brigand I like. Buckle's okay. Healer is solid. Most of the level 1 heroes feel pretty bad. I think the level 1 heroes got nerfed in general compared to the original game. Or the 1.0 version. So when I look at the healer being bad, they're actually probably like... I think I like Splint and Acolyte better than healer, maybe. I don't like the Mystic at all. We could do some like tier rankings or discussion on that at some other point. But the Scoundrel's pretty rough, and so is the Student. I think anything with 3 blank sides or more is pretty tough. So we have Monster Column here. This adds +1 to all the middle sides of the monster. This one's not too bad. I think it's generally considered to be one of the easier curses for unfair. For 5 points, it's pretty good. I think this, I'd rather take this than the one that has a lower curse value that adds +1 to the 2 right sides. Because on most monsters, the right sides are like the nasty sides. These are usually the ones that are summoning, like adding weaken, adding poison. For monsters that only have those on a few sides. There are a few where you get into the middle, and these get pretty rough, but usually those are monsters where all their sides are pretty bad. So I see this right away, and I know it's probably a decent pick. Let's see, add single cast to all spells, can only be cast once each fight. That kind of takes spells off the table as like a strategy almost in general. It makes a lot of your mana generating characters pretty bad. Beyond casting like a couple of spells early. You do normally want most fights to end in the first like 2 or 3 turns, so maybe you don't have to cast a lot of spells, but you are losing a lot of utility here, especially in longer fights. I think this one's pretty tough. Curse of Vowels, I think I'll never take this for 3. I tried it once recently without like really thinking about through the monsters and stuff, but it would give us 4 HP archers. Actually, I'll show you why this is bad. Okay. Slimelets. This dude has 3 vowels in his name. 5 hit point Slimelets are nasty. Like, you get this like on the Slime Queen fight, and you have to deal with. I guess you generate what, like 4 Slimelets in the Slime Queen fight. The Slimers get plus 3 health. Like, that is. It starts to feel like an impossible fight to me when you add monster vowels. But also Bones, one of the most common enemies, which usually aren't too bad, now have 6 health. Plus 50% health to Bones. Your Thorn gets a 3rd health. Like, all this stuff that isn't too bad, like, when you start, like... Oh, the illusions? 5 health illusions? These are supposed to be quick to kill. Yeah, I think that feels unpickable to me at 3. Left -1 is nasty. I'm concerned about the reduced damage that we get from that. That might be unpickable with Scoundrel, actually. Add Archer to each fight. Add Slimelet to each fight. Broken Heart must be equipped. Immune to healing. It's pretty rough. I haven't really messed with the immune to healing or shield items yet. This is a rough set too. Is this worse than the last one? If I just decided to take snakes in the last one. So I could take this. Can't take the bottom 3. I don't want to take Curse of Vowels. I think left -1 is legitimately probably unpickable with Scoundrel here. Because then our DPS is reduced to 3 every other turn. Or 1. Yeah, I don't think we can actually pick that with Scoundrel. I think we're stuck taking single spells here. So let's see how that goes. Monster Column and single spells. I guess I'll take this to do some damage to that wolf. Actually, this guy can't do more than 1 damage per turn, except when he rolls this. Usually getting 3 burst damage is pretty nice, though. Okay, this is a pretty abysmal roll outside of that. None of these dice literally do anything this turn. Notice that that's because we have the Scoundrel and the Student, partly. I guess the Healer is kind of like a 3x side on turn 1, too. A lot of these fights. Got the Scoundrel there, and I got a bunch of X's again. Okay, it looks like we can kill the wolf this turn. Depending on how I decide to use this. Ooh, let's do a slice. I was seeing if slice would make it so I don't have to play this on the wolf, but no, that's not the case. Oh, they just ran. That was perfect. Enemies flee if you have 10 times their health, I believe. Okay, we have a boar and a crone here. Two heavy hitters with a good amount of health. Well, one thing about the Disciple is I tend to not use her spell that much. So that makes single spells not quite as bad. I think I take the Gambler here. We're gonna have a hero that rolls X's all the time, we may as well take a better one. I'll take those. I'll reroll the rest of these. Snake Eyes, yep. Should have taken your 1 damage, I guess. So that wooden damage would have killed the crone. I think we're gonna kill first. I'm really concerned about her poison. No reason to use our mana here, though. Yeah, this is a nasty side this early. Oops, no, I'm not keeping that. Okay. Let's roll 3 X's. Note that our our scoundrel would have rolled all X's for both of these turns, 6 in a row. It's pretty wild. Well, we can kill the crone. I actually use a slice here to do one... Oh, wait. Spells. Spells. I guess I have to slice here. Oh man, that's brutal. Well, I can't cast those spells anymore. I guess I shouldn't prioritize mana on my red like I normally do. Do I aim for my 3 side here? I don't think I do, because that would leave them... That would get them to their 1 pip? Okay, we can do that. And then we just need to roll anything on that. Or no, we want to roll for the 3. Okay, here we go. Okay, they fled. Single spells is going to be rough. Like, this is normally like a pretty good item, I think. But when you can only cast 1 spell per turn, it seems bad. Foil, replace the right side with 0 damage. Skill, which gives a bonus equal to the hero level. I think this is pretty solid. I could let the student do damage instead of generating useless mana. I could give the gambler another 2 damage side. So I don't feel bad about rolling 1 on turn 1. Do the buckle damage side. I'll probably just throw in the gambler for now. 2 damage more consistently is a pretty good marker to hit. Alright, well you rolled well. These wisps are gonna generate mana. I feel like the healer is literally worthless this turn. That's cool. I guess we can use up to 6 mana in general, so getting 2 there. I'm usually looking at double burst, but... Slice would be pretty solid here if I didn't have the gambler one-shotting a wisp already. I just take that. There's an... I'm arguably I want to just roll for this with mana so devalued here. I think I will actually. I'll let the brigand roll for 3 as well. I can just kill the rat or something. Oh, he almost rolled it. Okay, we'll kill the wisp that's doing more damage. We'll kill both wisps. Don't have to deal with whatever they inflict. Pain, single use, I don't even remember what they do anymore. Okay, it's lethal already. The Bramble. This is a the toughest early enemy. The one reason you can't get away with not having much DPS early, because you won't win a fight of attrition with them. They make all your sides single use, and you also have to use your sides very effectively. They also just hit hard, they do poison, they're pretty nasty. Low-ish health for an early boss. Man, Vine is bad with single cast. Oof. The Herbalist is usually pretty solid because of Vine, but man, she's bad here. I guess we take the Gladiator. More damage going to Bramble, and the Herbalist seems to be pretty bad. I think I might move this here just to give you another damage side against the Bramble. Okay, well that's an excellent start. Huh, this reuse side is worthless until the Bramble dies, huh? Sure, we'll take those. Yeah. This is the only turn this is going to be very good, I think. Oh, we did exceptionally well here. Okay. We can actually kill this turn. Beautiful. Very good lucky rolls there. And the rat flees. That rat is really annoying in that fight, because sometimes you can't afford to kill it early. You need to kill the Bramble first before you run out of damage sides. The rat just pushes over the edge. The Bramble is one of the reasons where some of the plus health curses are pretty bad. Let's see. You can take leather gloves. They take the right side and duplicate them onto the top and bottom sides. The downside of that, obviously, is that most heroes don't have a right side. Statuette replaces the middle row with blanks and gives you 6 hit points. I could actually see that being decent on the healer. Maybe not yet, because the student actually sucks at generating mana. So having both of these means we get a burst early. Both of these are pretty bad. I'm gonna reroll. I should say that they're bad now, and I like items that give me something now. As speculative picks, they're both fine. But I don't know. I don't think Unfair really affords you the luxury of playing for speculative picks too often. We were rewarded with the Enchanted Shield, which is a pretty good item. At the start of each turn, we get Self-Shield 1. Probably give this on someone who has low health. These guys just generate a lot of mana. I guess you're going on the Buckle. Sorry, healer and student, but you don't have much value this run. To put things bluntly. Buckle, on the other hand, rolls big shields. We like to see. The healer can't even roll mana. Let us kill the quartz, huh? It's okay, they're just setting up a bandit fleet next turn, right? Bandit does flee if an adjacent monster is overkilled by 2 or more. Okay, well this would kill the quartz. They have shatter, they die if we hit this pip. It's pretty safe to reroll this. Okay, so I can't overkill the quartz to get rid of the bandit, so I'm gonna attack the bandit, kill the quartz, and I guess we have to burst to block. Is the buckle buckled under pressure? Maybe that's where his name comes from. Rolling an X on him wasn't terrible because they had single-use sides from the Wisp effect anyways. This mana is useless. Slice might end up killing depending on how we roll on the Gambler. Oh. Buckle's just gonna... He's not buckling this turn. Alright, the Jinx applies a random curse every time, so second single use, the second dice you use each turn gains single use. Ooh, they are nasty with that Monster Column curse. +1 on all these middle sides, which are AoE. So is the Snake with extra poison. This killing the barrel kills the Snake. Does a lot of damage to the Jinx. I think trying to kill this barrel first turn is what we generally want to do. Man, single cast makes me think all of the reds and blues feel pretty bad. Is the Druid one of the better reds if with single cast here? Vampire is really good. Medic's pretty good. Phase pretty okay. Not really. Seem fine. You're just rolling for these growth sides every turn. They feel a lot better and they have a cleanse. We have the Warden. I like the Warden a lot though. It's a big improvement over the Buckle. I think this can go back to the Gambler. Guess we want the Warden to do more damage when they're not blocking. Which is actually probably good for a fight like this. Okay. We'll put this on whoever has low health. Probably the healer. Actually, Jinx has cleave attacks. The Warden's probably gonna get hit the most, but they have a lot of health, so they'll be fine. Yeah, 3 poison, 3 hit all. Monster Column showing us why it's rough. Might be re-rolling the Warden here. What do? We kill the barrel with 5, like a burst maybe. We already have a kill in the barrel, which saves the student. Yeah, we'll re-roll you. Okay, you got the same thing. Stubborn there. Alright, we just need 3 damage this turn. Shouldn't be too hard to get. Jackpot, you're right, Gambler. Oh, snap. This is a floor. Now imagine this with +1 snakes. This is legitimately a floor that I feel like, so a lot of people have like a big emphasis on streaking in this game because it's like what the like what the one leaderboard is for. They're all for like streaks. If you're trying to optimize your win rate of like every game, I think this is one floor you always have to be thinking about. This floor alone, well, not alone, but actually it would be alone if all things, like if other things didn't matter for this. But this is one of the reasons why I think I lean heavily towards offense over defense in the early game, because no amount of blocking or healing is going to save you from this fight. You just have to kill these things fast, because unless you have cleanse, well, you even need a lot of cleanse against this floor. You can't like live the poison through any amount of like healing or blocking. You have to kill these things before they kill you. And killing them prevents them, or like Spaz prevents the most damage by blocking the poison. This is a brutal monster column fight too. Let's see what we have here. Lucky is +1 to the left side and -2 to the middle. Iron Pendant is +1 incoming shields. A really good combo with the Enchanted Shield. Lucky on the Gambler is pretty funny. Pretty good on the Gladiator. Really good on the Gladiator. Iron Pendant is intriguing. I'm gonna get lucky here. Reducing this from 1 to 0 isn't that bad to me because of the whole reroll mechanic in this game. We can usually avoid this. So it's different for each hero, but sometimes making one side bad to make another side like better can be pretty good, and I feel like this is one of those cases. It does mean that I can't reroll as liberally as I was. When I was like getting, like, what was I rerolling on this before? They had a different sides, but oh, I think I was rerolling when I got this the first time. This is 2 damage, just to see if we can hit the engage, which I was mostly okay with, because on the first turn, this side does 2 damage as well, so you're pretty likely to hit 2 damage with future rerolls anyways, or get this. Now I can't really do that anymore. It's a lot more riskier, so that means we have to settle for getting like acceptable sides sooner instead of greeting a bit more. Dude, this guy has 5 damage, poison damage incoming. That's insane. I wonder if this guy does want to reroll for 3, which would kill a snake. Or if we settle for the 2, there's a 2 there, plus 2 here, plus like a slice or a burst kills 1 snake. Is that acceptable, killing only 1 snake? Okay, so we let the student die. Look at how they're really ganging up on people. I think that's good for us, especially because they picked the student. If these 2 are attacking the Gambler, I think we'd just lose like immediately, and I would be rolling for the really good sides. So what happens if I can only kill this snake this turn? The Gladiator takes 2 damage, 2 poison. Student dies, and then we have to deal with 3 more snakes. Is that acceptable? I can probably kill another snake next turn. We can't kill a snake every turn when we only get 1 burst. Oh, the Warden is our ticket though. I left this on him because I wanted more DPS in this fight. This is tough. I don't know if it's correct to roll for the big sides or just kill 1 snake. I think in this instance where the Gladiator is dying, we just try to kill that snake because they are so critical to us killing the other snakes. So we do take that. We sell for these. Can I at least get a burst in if I need it here? Man, we got lucky here. Well, not lucky, but we came pretty close to not being able to kill any of these snakes, which is pretty rough. Okay, yeah, that turn one isn't too bad. Student might think otherwise, but we can cast Slice now. It's okay, we probably weren't gonna get there anyways. I think I just heal the Gladiator with this, and we reroll everyone else. Ooh, if this is brutal with Monster Column. I can't kill anything, so it doesn't matter who I attack. Care about keeping the healer alive? Yeah, 3 hearts is actually pretty good. Next turn. Keeps the Gladiator alive for another turn. I need you to roll damage. Oh my gosh, I think we just lost. Oof. I have 3 heroes with 3 sides of damage. Did I re-roll this turn? Because that would have been a mistake. Did I? I don't think I did. I had 3 heroes with 3 sides of damage, and none of them rolled them. I don't think you can do anything about that. I can't be mad about losing here because of that. That was brutal, though. Block you so you get 1 more turn. I might be able to kill 2 snakes next turn. If you roll damage, you roll your 5 side, and then we have 1 more snake. But the gambler will be dying no matter what next turn. They're dying. Doesn't matter who I don't think I can win because I can't kill the last snake before these guys die to poison. No matter how well I roll. This is the best possible rolling I can do, and it does not matter. Well, GG. So, I think a combination Monster Column on this fight in particular is brutal, but also single spells hurt our DPS so much. And we got a little unlucky there. I think that really emphasizes what I was saying at the beginning of this fight. This fight should, like, always be in your mind when you're choosing heroes and curses early in the game. What level is this? Level 7? We upgraded our orange and our yellow into decent DPS heroes. Just inconsistent ones, I guess, and that inconsistency bit us. I don't think I would... I actually think I like both of them for this fight. They both had one side that would kill these snakes outright, and our team as a whole should be able to kill at least 1 per turn. But we didn't manage to do either, so we got kind of screwed there. I do wonder if there are better ways to have handled this floor. But both of these were pretty rough for this floor too, because this kills our DPS a bit, and Monster Column just makes them so much nastier when they're in groups like that. Overall, though, I don't regret this choice. And I don't remember what our curse. We had to add archers, and we had like 2+ adds. I think if we didn't take this, I think we had to take these there. Think about before I rerolled. Our only option was going to be to take plus snake, at least the way I was analyzing everything. Imagine if this floor had 5 snakes. I might have even mentioned this floor in particular as one of the reasons I didn't want to take that. But this floor is a reason I don't like taking things that give you give enemies more damage if they give snakes more damage or health. Like giving these +1 wouldn't be too bad. Imagine if we had the Vowels one and all of these had 7 health. This is a tough floor that I feel like you always need to be considering when you're choosing curses and your heroes. But yeah, that's GG. We get close in the end, only 1 left. So considering all our like unlucky rolls and stuff, I think we did okay. But man, that was brutal. Hey, we got 200 hero deaths. How fitting. I think this was the right choice for that fight. If we got a slice off on turn 1, that would have been huge. I couldn't even try to re-roll either of these. Man, I just realized how bad the student is. They can only generate 1 mana per turn, and they're not even that good at that with all these X's on their board. And their spell costs 3. They like literally require someone else's help to cast their spell. Minus 13 health? Does this keep tracking your poison? Student is pretty bad, huh? But yeah, if I didn't keep their 1 mana and her 1 mana, then we wouldn't have been able to kill a snake first turn. We would have been really screwed. It's hard to say without going back through that, but I feel like I'm comfortable with the way we played everything, but the outcome did not work for us. Alright, well that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will do some more Slice and Dice here again soon, I'm sure. But for now, take it easy everyone. Thanks again. I'll see you soon.